Yo, hey, what's up, guys? I know it's been a while since my last video, and I decided to go ahead and do one today because I received 4 Silver Age comic books in the mail. I recently did a trade with a local YouTuber here in Arizona who normally does video game reviews and videos, and I've been a fan of his, or at least a subscriber to his, oh man, for like maybe 6, 7 years now, even on my older YouTube accounts. And I originally was introduced to him. I was playing with him at a local LAN party that we're having here. This was way back in the day when I was into video games, especially PlayStation and computer games. I met him. We've been talking, chatting here and there, and just recently I found out that he used to be into comic books. Him and his father. Unfortunately, it's kind of like a sensitive subject for him. I guess he's embarrassed. I don't know why. I try to talk to him about it, but he's like, yeah, man, I don't want people really knowing I'm into comic books, blah, blah, blah. Especially my girlfriend. I can understand that point, right? We've all been there. And he's like, hey, I have some of these extra ones that, we've been trying to sell. And I guess they're going through a divorce of some sort, so they're going to be selling all their comic books. And he's like, hey, I'll give you first dibs on whatever you want. I'm like, dude, that's great, but I got no money. I've kind of been recently into money saving mode. It just seems like the past 3, 4 months now, it just seems it's just one hit after another after another. Oh man, from my car, from other financial issues, it's just, oh man, I can't catch up. So I really haven't purchased any new comic books. I just haven't had the cash. And the same scenario goes for all of my comic book my subscriber contest that I had just recently, where the winners have been asking, also a trade that I've been doing, have been asking, hey, have you mailed anything out? Well, unfortunately, it's not like mailing 1 or 2 comic books that that cost like $5. It's usually a bundle, especially a box that costs anywhere to 15 to, I think this one box that I just sent out to Canada ended up costing me about almost $30. So. Yeah, it's just I'm getting there, guys. I'm trying to gather up money, slowly watching my finances. But regardless, guys, I'm getting there. But regarding this video, guys, I want to go ahead and show you what came in the mail, and plus I want to go ahead and talk about a few other subjects too that kind of interested me that I plan on doing on my next YouTube video here shortly. But anyways, guys, regarding this comic book that you see here, I've showed it off before. I only have it displayed here for eye candy. So I know it was in one of my previous videos that I showed it off, so I'll put a link somewhere on here if you want to take a look at it. But it's an old Golden Age 1950s Atomic Attack kind of war magazine. Really cool art. But yeah, anyways, the first one I'm going to show off, guys, is Shazam number 4. This is a really high grade issue. I don't know if you guys, if the camera can pick up, it's almost perfect condition. If you can tell the corners, there's only slight browning, as you can tell right here. But it's in really, really nice condition. And like I said, the guy's going to be selling off his comic book collection with his father. And he said, hey, if you have any, when you do get a chance to have some cash, come on by and or give me a call, and we'll give you, first pickings, because he's going to be posting everything on eBay. And I'll let you guys know when that happens too, because I know a lot of you may be interested in what he's going to be selling. But anyways, back to this comic book, guys. Shazam number 4. This is part of kind of the first introduction to Captain Marvel, Shazam, in the DC universe. Prior to DC, Shazam Captain Marvel was published by Fawcett Comics from 1939 all the way up to 1953. In 1972, DC purchased the rights to, I guess, produce and sell Captain Marvel Shazam comics. So this is number 4 in the very first series introduced by DC. Followed up by this one, going a little bit closer to the first comic book, is issue number 3. This one, guys, would have to be very fine condition. The only problem with it from being a near mint is this corner right here, if you guys can tell. It did have a bend there, and it does have some color break. But other than that, all the other corners are nice and tight and straight. No spine wear at all. Maybe a little bit, like a little bend or ding right there. but that's pretty much it. Everything else is in really top condition. I'm really glad to have these. Shazam has been slowly being reintroduced, the new DC 52. I don't know if a lot of you have been picking up the new Justice League from the new 52. In the last part of the comic book, I believe the last, maybe 8 pages, they've been doing kind of a relaunch of Captain Marvel, kind of a retelling of the story, but it still sticks to the origin of how Captain Marvel came about. So I'm slowly picking up those and reading those comic books. So I'm slowly getting back into Shazam, and I wanted to see how his original first run on DC went, so I'm glad I picked these up. So that's number 3. Here is number 2. Again, a really nice copy. Near mint condition. Now guys, when I say near mint, my personal opinion on grade, because I know there are some of you out there that go by, oh, well, near mint, what does that mean? 9.0, 9.2. I would say the lowest quality, again, is that one right there, which is very fine. This one would have to be probably a 9.2, 9.4. 9.2 just being really considerate. I don't know if it's a staining right here, or if it's just from the ink. I don't know, but it's like just a little brown right there, and that's pretty much it. The corners are super sharp, super tight, good color, very good gloss. I'm really happy to own that. So that's number 2, and here's number 1 right here. As you can tell, really good cover, really awesome colors, and again, really tight corners. There are a few little ink problems right here. Come on, there we go. Which you know what, I am still kind of considering to send this off to CGC. I'm not too sure, because you know how CGC is pretty anal, and I don't want them thinking that, oh, well, this has some ink staining right here, and I don't know if this is originally from the printer that printed these comic books. Because it just seems like just a smudge, and they're like, oh, well, you tried to it has some type of restoration there. I don't know. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's what came in. I'm really glad to have those comic books, and like I said, this is from DC's run from 1972. So like I just mentioned, guys, a few seconds ago about CGC, what I want to do in my next video on Friday, I plan to submit 1 or 2 comic books to CGC to get graded, and I want to show the how-to process to send those comic books to CGC. I did some research, and unfortunately on YouTube, there's really nothing on how to do it, how to send comic books. There are a lot of rants and a lot of praises about CGC and just a lot of recommendations for collecting value, but there's really nothing about how to do it. And the reason why I feel this video that I'm going to do on Friday, it's going to be really beneficial, because what was it? Not too long ago, I was on CGC's website thinking about, okay, well, let me send some out, because normally on my comic books, guys, everything that I've had CGC before, I've either bought on eBay, or I've actually submitted my comic book through CGC at a convention. But this time, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to create an account, walk through videotaping this, or at least recording this videotaping. Dang, man, what is that? So 80s, so 70s. Yeah, I'm going to get a videotape and record it. Anyways, I'm going to do a recording of it, guys, and I'm going to capture my step from day 1, me actually creating an account, sending the payment in, sending my comic book in, just so you guys can know how to do this. Because on CGC's account, or at least website, there's just so much information, so many pages you have to go through, and to the younger viewers, or even to some people, they may just get just distracted, or just turned away, because of just so much information. Plus, talking with Captain Strangelove, there's a lot of important facts that you need to know about CGC when it comes to grading. Is it guaranteed? Do they guarantee it? Is it really sealed? And a lot of these answers can be answered in this video that I'm going to be doing on Friday. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to be doing a full walkthrough with CGC on how to submit a video, hopefully to help you guys out there that may be interested, or at least want to learn how to CGC stuff instead of waiting for a convention to come about. So that's pretty much, wait for that, guys. The next thing I want to talk about, remember the video that I did? I'll put another link on the screen here regarding my comic book boxes, the new drawer boxes that I purchased. Well, I've had these now for almost going on a month. And a couple things, or at least one specific thing, I found out about these boxes that may help any of you that have these currently or may be interested in buying them. And what I mean by that, when you pull out these boxes, when I've been pulling them out, organizing, storing my comic books, I've been noticing on the bottom of the boxes, right here, they've been tearing. They've been wearing thin. For an example, whenever I'll pull out a box, I'll get like paper shreds. Like it's pulling the paper or the cardboard from the bottom of the box. It starts to pull and peel. And I've noticed that, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? So I felt it, and I'm noticing it's starting to thin out the cardboard. So what I did on every single box of mine that I stuffed in there, I put tape. There we go. I put really thick packaging tape on both ends, or at least both sides of the bottom of the box. This way it prevents from the cardboard from wearing thin and scraping and pulling off the paper of the cardboard. And it's actually helped the comic book box from sliding out a little bit better. It's a little bit easier, a little bit faster. It's nice and smooth, so we know there's no friction there, because again, if you're really good collector, you like reading comic books, once you fill up a box, you're still going to open it like me. I open up a box, I move comic books from here and there, and I was just worried that the bottom's going to start wearing thin, and then all of a sudden, boom, my comic books fall out. So again, if you have these, check out the bottom of your boxes. Make sure they're not wearing thin. If they are, try some packaging tape. That's what I did. And plus, also one thing I did want to mention, I finally decided on all my comic book boxes to go ahead and put a spacer at the very end. Let's see if you can pick it up. See this right here? There's a spacer right there. And I have these rails, if you want to say. These rails, again, are sold separately. I talked about them on my last video of these boxes. And what this does is it allows for easier access. Because this point right here, guys, how far I have it out, that's pretty much its dead stop. Anything farther, if you pull it out anything farther, it will tip over. And as you can tell, it's not, this shelf isn't really holding it up. It has those clips where I have both these attached to each other. So the weight of this box is holding the weight of this box, which allows me to open this up. So because of this divider that I have here, guys, it allows for easier access. So like I mentioned, this is how far it pulls out, and still I can get access to all my comic books here. The ones in the back, of course, if you did not have that divider, it would be very difficult to reach back there and pull out comic books, because anything farther, of course, this box is going to fall out. So if you wanted to get these comic books, you would have to take out the box, put it on a table, and that just becomes annoying after a while. So again, the space here from this divider all the way to the back, it's about 20 to 25 comic books that you lose if you do this option. And unfortunately, I did it for every single box. So yeah, I lost a little bit of room, but it allows for easier access to my comic books. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I know it's not really a big ordeal with this video, but at least I showed you some comic books that came in. Talked about my next video that I'll be doing on Friday, so all of you can look forward to. And then plus, if you guys are doing those boxes, these drawer boxes, just a little tip, another tip that I found out. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up, let me know, and stay tuned. Friday's going to be the next video. Thanks. Peace.